Hey, Jody Deane here, and I help you awaken your consciousness, embody your soul purpose, and express yourself authentically. Looks like I'm making a nature video here, but I'm not actually. Just going for a little walk around where I'm staying here in Sussex. Must try to remember to look at the camera using a phone here. So yes, anyway, this video is all about how to awaken spiritually. At least that is the jumping off point that I'm using, the theme. And you know, spiritual awakening is an increasingly a topic that people are talking about because people are having different kinds of spiritual awakenings. People are having different kinds of consciousness experiences which are waking something up inside them, which could be termed spirit, light, awareness, the light of awareness, consciousness itself. And it's definitely a topic that people are keen to understand, and I have been keen to understand since I was like 11 years old. So it's been a journey for me, and you know, fast forward a few decades, here I am talking about it, something that I've been exploring privately my whole life. And there are different kinds of awakening experiences that we can have. We can have something, that's precipitated by a plant medicine experience. Could be sitting in an ayahuasca ceremony, and there's kind of a revelation of, oh my goodness, there's so much more to life. I was locked in the 3D. I thought, there was just this material existence and nothing else. And then suddenly I see that it's not true. Or it might be on retreat, meditation retreat, and suddenly there's a realization as we're watching our thoughts that, oh my goodness, I'm not my thoughts. That is a thing. And if you haven't experienced that yet, then I really recommend you go deeper with your meditation to experience that, to know yourself as consciousness itself. Because, newsflash, when you find and have the direct experience that you are not your thoughts, wow, that is such a relief. When we find out, and I hope this happens for you, it's happened for me multiple times, when we find out that yes, this incessant kind of talking in the head, the incessant voice in the head, what am I doing now? Should I go and eat now? I don't like him. These kind of like thoughts that are just going around in the head. It's not actually us. It's actually a real release, a relief to have that experience, because then it's like, well, then what am I? And it's wonderful, beautiful to ask that question. What am I? Who am I? What's really going on here? If I'm not this person, this idea, this personality, this mind, I'm not my mind, I'm not my thoughts. It can be a game changer, really can be. And so this is the invitation, is to look more deeply into the nature of things, nature of reality, nature of existence. And how much everything is basically stemming from your perception and what your attention is. And so, circling back to how to have a spiritual awakening, or what happens when we're having a spiritual awakening, it can be so many different flavors. It's like asking, what is food? Or like, what is, show me some food, and I take you a blackberry from this bramble here, and that's food, and you're like, oh, that's okay, that's what food is. It's like, well, it's one variety of food. There's quite a few varieties of food. There are infinite varieties of food, because you can have combinations, infinite varieties of combinations. Take some vinegar, take some salt, take some lemon, take some apple, take some mustard, take some sunflower oil, take some dandelion leaves, take some garlic, take some honey, take some hawthorn berries, take a bit of cayenne, and you've got one particular unique flavor. You know, whether you make that into some kind of sauce or pesto or salad dressing, you've got a unique flavor there. And then, well, how does that differ from one single blackberry? Well, it differs quite a lot. How does that differ from a pizza? Yeah, well, it differs quite a lot. How does that differ from lemonade? Well, it differs significantly. Well, how does that differ from a haute cuisine gourmet dish with, you know, rabbit terrine or something? Yeah, massively. And so again, it's just the diversity really is endless. And so circling back again to, you know, what is spiritual awakening, and how to awaken? Well, by having the question in our mind, having the question in your heart, you're already experiencing some kind of wake up, some kind of arising, where you're moving away from being in a trance or in a stupor, or being in a state of unconsciousness, to a place where you are in awareness. You are going, okay, well, who am I? What is this? Why am I here? What do I need to go forward and to awaken more and to be more conscious? And so again, it's like what works for you could be the solution, right? It's probably going to be the solution. You know, what works for me might be something different. And, you know, just because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you, because we're all just so unique. And that's part of life. You know, a blackberry is unique, and there's no two blackberries that are the same. There's no two snowflakes that are the same. And so that's also something to be, you know, kind of really aware of, is the beauty of that. Anyway, hope you like the video. Please comment and do subscribe.